Hi guys, thanks for joining me. I just thought I'd give a quick update for my Sherman that I'm doing for the Sherman group build that's being run by Shane Smith. When we last saw this, it had got the olive drab paint on it, but I hadn't done any other paint work. So it's had the black wash applied to it now, and obviously after that I've put the olive drab back on those surfaces that weren't recessed, and then I've highlighted it and tried to give it a bit of weathering. The tools have been picked out in the various colours that they need as well, and the one big thing of course is that the tracks are now on this kit. I have to confess that these dragon tracks, the material that they used to create them was weird. And they basically say that if the tracks aren't long enough to go around the vehicle or around the wheels, then you've got to pull it to make it longer. You've got to stretch it, and that's what I had to do with this. I had to keep putting it on the wheels and then seeing if it would fit, and then I had to keep stretching it until it did. So that was just something really unusual. I was a bit concerned that I would snap the drive sprocket off and the idler wheel at the back, but fortunately that didn't happen. As you can see, some paint's still needed on some of the track in some parts, but it's looking quite good. I am a bit concerned that when I apply the varnish that it's going to wash out some of the highlighting that I've done. That happened before on a Panzer Grey vehicle that I did. I was disappointed that what I tried to achieve previously had just been washed out by the varnish. And the intention is to do a white camo on this vehicle, because as I've mentioned before, it's depicting one in the Ardennes. So I've just got to quickly look at some YouTube videos on how to do a winter wash, if you like. Although, as I've mentioned, it would be a striped variant, but what I was thinking was if I do like the hairspray technique of applying that, then it possibly give a better result. Even though it's going to be striped, I may be able to feather the edges or something to give that impression of it being applied in scale, if you like, rather than having dead straight edges from a brush. I may dab the paint on to get that effect, and then I can just chip it off to get that feathered edge to the paintwork. So there is one other thing I want to show you regarding this the diorama that I was going to do for this. There's a couple of things actually, so I'll just grab the first item and we'll have a look at that. So here's the infantry that I'm going to be using on the diorama. These are a hard plastic set of figures, and you can interchange the arms on some of them, which was really nice. Now I needed to stay away from quite a few of the figures that were shown in like battle poses, like shooting and throwing grenades and that sort of thing, and I needed these kind of figures where they're walking alongside, well, they will be walking alongside the tank. Really nice set, and as I say, quite adaptable. You can take all the heads off these and put other heads on them, which I may do to one or two just to give a bit of variation. So the plan for these, as I say, is for them to be walking alongside the tank. And you may recall that there was another element to the diorama, which was the M10. So there's something I want to show you with regards to that. Okay, so this is these are the tracks for the, well, they're tracks for a Panther. If you recall, it's an Ersatz M10, which was a Panther disguised as an M10, and these are the tracks that Dragon provide. Yeah. Now I've seen others show videos of this issue, with this material. I think I don't know whether it was Greg or Graham showed it, but this is basically what the problem is. These things have just there's no real give in them. They're snapping. The materials almost like it's just gone solid, and they're snapping on me. So I can't really use them. It's ever so odd. I've never seen anything like it. I accidentally found out when I put these down, and they were lying on top of something, so they were bridging over a drill bit or something. And then I put something on top of them, and then when I went to move everything, I took the weight that was on top, and as I say, it was snapped at that point, and then I just tested it myself and managed to snap another bit. So I've got two choices. I can either not use the M10 in the Dio and just leave it with the infantry and the Sherman, or I could try and get in touch with Dragon and ask them to send me out another set of tracks and explain why. But if I ask for the tracks, it could be sometime before they actually arrive, so that will delay the build. So I'm not sure what to do, because I want to crack on and get this finished. But at the same time, I quite like the idea of the diorama with the M10 in it. So anyway, guys, that's the update for this build. Sorry if I waffled a bit. Thanks ever so much for watching, and I'll catch up with you soon.